Today's video is for Hero Wars Generals. So many of the players have reached out and asked for a video of how Olympus set targets in war, and we will try to explain 3 strategies that we use for setting targets and creating frames for Titan and Hero attacks. Before we dive into strategies, the general needs to know players who will participate in war. Every general should take notes about 1. Player's time zone. 2. Player's preferences. 3. Specialization. Player's time zone. It is very important to know who logs in early in the game and who logs in later or before the war ends. Generals should focus on clearing the bridge and opening the way for Citadel attacks in the first 2 hours of war. To be able to plan successfully, you need to know the player's time zone and their login time frame. Players have different preferences on war attacks. Some are comfortable attacking heroes and some are comfortable attacking titans. Strategic generals should take notes on what players are comfortable playing with, even against what hero teams or titan elements. Specialization. After you get the preferences on what players are comfortable attacking, then you follow that path to specialize players based on their preferences. It is important to specialize players on titans or heroes. When a player attacks only titans or only heroes, you can estimate more confidently the outcome of the war. In Olympus we use 3 strategies to set targets in war. 1. Setting all targets solely based on the player's time zone, preferences, and specialization. 2. Setting targets for 1 titan and 1 hero building at a time. 3. Free attacks without targets. The first way to set targets is based on the player's power and knowledge you have collected from players. This would ideally require the general to have played together with those players for some time and you are confident that your specific players can 100% kill specific titan targets and hero targets. Players who log in the game in early wartime you set on bridge and one of the front titan buildings to be able to open the way for Citadel attacks. Also, very important to allocate targets so that a majority of your players can do their 2 targets almost at the same time. Pros. 1. Easy and fast way to set targets. 2. Half of the general job is done. 3. Everyone can see their targets and prepare. Cons. 1. In case of an unsuccessful attack or one of the players doesn't log in, the game can be hard to recover at the end of the war, and you can lose more points. 2. More than 2 players attack at the same time and you have no attacking order, you can't upkeep with the flow. 3. When the small buildings are taken first, functional strategy, you can risk losing the Citadel if some attacks fail therein and if you are not left with additional attacks to bring home the full points. Ideally, you should leverage this strategy only when you have a clear power and skill advantage over your opponents. The second strategy requires a higher degree of the involvement from a general. A general should follow the war from beginning to end. You choose 1 titan building and 1 hero building at the time and you work with players as they come online. Follow who is an online set target for him based on the power and knowledge you have collected. You clear 1 building at a time. Pros. 1. Control of overall war. 2. Higher engagement on every attack. 3. Less space for failures. Cons. 1. Generals stay more online in game. 2. Players have to wait for the attack order. 3. Higher pressure. You would really do well leveraging this strategy when you face a clearly stronger opponent. The third strategy is free attacks for all players. Every player chooses his target and attack without general involvement, either based on prior Guild War data or from the experience in arena. There are 2 reasons why this strategy is very important to try for you as a general as well. 1. You can see clear patterns of your player preferences, and over a short period of few weeks, you can see how they evolve on the skill set of the most efficient heroes at their GW and server levels. Pros. 1. Players make their own choices but not always are they best informed. 2. war atmosphere is rather relaxed for your guild. 3. You can follow players' preferences. Cons. 1. You can lose the war if a couple of suboptimal teams get used in attacks, thereby charging up a target that may take 3 to 4 attempts to clean up. 2. You can get wrong preference information. Some players just want to change from titans to heroes or vice versa. 3. Some of your best players can get hit with a setback due to lack of testing or overconfidence in their chosen team just by looking at a target that is much lower in total power. A bunch of strong on-paper hero teams can lose to players with apparently weaker teams almost 300k lower in power levels if an attack ends up charging the opponent team faster due to the choice of attacking setups. You should apply this strategy once in 2 to 3 weeks, to make a change and push the player's progress. This way you will find new talents or new generals. Frames for synergistic setups. Generals should prepare 2 kinds of frames. 1. Auto-attack frames for Guild War. 2. Guild War testing frames. Auto-attack frames. General should prepare testing frames using auto-attack features for testing your teams both for titans and heroes. Many combinations can be killed on manual but not on auto, and hence auto at times becomes a more reliable test measure of potential Guild War success even with the differences in guild battle testing and Guild War playing mat. This way players have a less stressful way to fight. For heroes, creating auto-attack frame are more difficult because of constant changes in the game. Some combinations can be killed easily with a specific team. War testing frames, these include setting limits on what successful tests should include. In some testing, attacker team wins the last 10 seconds before the battle ends, and we consider the unsuccessful team. The Guild War testing frame should include 1. How fast a testing team should be able to kill the opponent team, usually the faster is better, but do see the point in 3 as well. 2. Hero tolerance, limit how many heroes you can lose in the test. Ideally choose a team that wins without losing any heroes during the battle. 3. Health lost during the battle, if a team is barely surviving in health and even though it may win faster than another possible combination, please choose carefully. Always check the health lost stats. This video includes more than 2 years of general experience. I hope this is helpful to the Hero Wars community. Thank you for watching.